Good morning, everybody. I think there's been a hiccup the way I scheduled this. It looks like it said I was going live at 10:30. So I'm going to send a blast out to some people. Please know it is 9 o'clock. I will be doing a 9 o'clock every day. Got to figure out the weekends, though. Might take a little time for myself. But I'm going over to our Super Channel chat and letting everybody know time frame was screwed up. Well, I think I am. Never mind. We are just going to run with it and see what happens today. Today, got some news. If nothing else, you can catch it later. Good morning, Christina. How are you? People are starting to drift in. We'll see what's happening. I don't know what it came up where, because when I first scheduled the broadcast, it said 9 o'clock. Then when I was doing some editing, I think I bumped it down to 10:30 or something, and I didn't realize it till just before the show. So we are trying to figure this out. Genus and Harper say good morning as well. Good morning. They are my grand dogs. How it's happening, everybody. So come on in, join the show. I know people are trying to catch up, so I'm going to give some people some time to get in here. We do have more people I see viewing. If you're viewing on Facebook, Christina can tell you there is a link. If you want to chat with me, you have to give StreamYard your connection permission in that thing that I posted. So just look and then you'll be able to chat. Otherwise, you come up as Facebook viewer. I have no idea who I'm talking to. And some people are saying they don't even get in. So make sure you're there, you're looking, you're live, everything's going. So we're going to check that out. Sina, good morning from Alabama. Good morning, ma'am. How are you? I hope my mess didn't confuse everybody this morning because I think it got scheduled at the wrong time, but we'll work with it. Just know, everybody, that I am 9 o'clock Eastern time, and that is when my show will be at least Monday through Friday. We're going to see how the weekend goes. At some point, I need a break. I can't preach self-care and not take a break for myself. So here's what we're going to do this morning. Those of you that are here, those that are coming in, there are messages that need to be given. I've been surrounded in a swirl of spirits. It's actually kind of hot in here, but when I turn the fan on, it kind of comes through as a roar. So we're just going to wing this as we go. So I'm grabbing a deck that one of my best friends, Bridget, and Bruce gave to me for my birthday. And this is called Messages from the Guides. And this is really cool. Good morning, Bridget. Your ears must have been burning. So this is Rob Lee, Tarot with an Attitude, if you can't tell by everything that's written everywhere. All right. So it is Thursday. It is a shaky morning for me. Evidently, I was calm until I went into a complete panic about the time. Was going to try to fix it and said, the heck with it. Let's roll. We will see what happens. But Bridget, I'm using your deck. The Messages from the Guides is where we're going to start this morning. Okay. Bridget and Bruce gave me this deck. It was a gift, and it is so appreciated. I love this deck. A little different, but it's a great way to start things out. So that's what we're going to do. So this morning, you like that one? Good morning, Red Pill. How are you, buddy? I am good. I am right as rain, actually. Mark, Wales. Welcome from Wales. Did my ancestry thing. My wife, from what I understand, I have some Welsh in me. So my brother from home. All right. I need to go see it. I've never been there in all the places I've been. This is really simple, like Bridget's saying here. What I really like about it, and I thought about it this morning, it's going to be straight up. There's not going to be any interpretation. You're going to like it. So I'm asking the guides, Heavenly Father, Mother, Spirit, guides, angels, please step close. Make sure that we get the message we need to have today for everybody that's watching, the world, whatever we need that's going to help us go through it. So mote it be. And I'm so excited, not sure why, but I'm rolling with it. That's what it's. I'm with you, buddy. Red Pill, I'm with you. I am so with you. There's a lot. I feel a lot of stuff swirling around me today. So it's going to be. Christina's been to Cardiff to see the Dr. Who Museum. She's a big Dr. Who fan. For everybody who doesn't know by the last name, that's my daughter. Everybody say hi. All right, Christina, say hi to everybody. All right, so here we go. Help us out on today's journey. We got some time, and let's get us started with some direction. And I'm going to ask, please show us what we need to know, where we need to go, what's going on. Okay. Oh, wow. Talk about going in context. Never judge another. Woo, that's a red pill. That's a pill that's hard for all of us to swallow at times, huh? Okay. I mean, never judge another. That's some deep. I'm going to set that one aside. We were kind of talking about that earlier in the week. And we are going to, let's discuss it a little more. So I brought out, I've got decks all around me this morning. We're going to kind of go into some new different places. It is one of those things where I've been preaching, I don't know why. So this is what's coming in. I've got people crowding in all around me. Go, 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 go. We can't beat our beliefs into other people. It didn't work for you. It's not going to work for them. Okay. That's called brainwashing. So we can't. Then always remember, and this was a hard thing for me to learn. And Bridget will tell you, man, I was ready. You wanted to fight. I was ready to go. Okay. But my daughter will tell you especially, before somebody, we've all gotten so defensive, and I'm getting the go with it, roll with it. We have all gotten so defensive, and we're all so angry and deep inside, and we're frustrated and we're anxious. The minute somebody kind of crosses us, we're ready to go, aha, I'm right. So that gives me the right to rip your head off and crap down your neck. No, it doesn't. All right. One of the things I had to learn is, you know what? When that waitress is rude to me, I need to stop and remember, I don't know what she woke up to today. When that person at the counter is rude, I need to remember, I don't know what they woke up to today. Did they wake up to a divorce? Did they wake up to a death? Did they wake up to things just going wrong, to a notice that they're 3 months now behind the car? Somebody wants to take the car. So my first step now is to try, okay? Now we have a whole Home Depot incident, but it took me a while to get wrapped up. I know Bridget's like laughing right now. It took me a while to get there, but then once I popped, and I was just agitated because of the way I perceived somebody was treating a friend. Okay. Now, what I'm saying is take that time, maybe to send them a little prayer and just say, whatever's going on, I hope you find peace. It can be that simple. Prayers don't have to be, prayers do not have to be elegant. Talk. Your guides, God, the Spirit, Mother, they just want you to talk to them. They don't need you to say, oh, Lord, let the trees rain. We don't have to start that way. What I always start with is thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for getting me to that argument. LOL at Home Depot. I agree to an extent because they have a choice to be happy or crappy. Yes, they do. But this is the message we're teaching them. A lot of them don't know how. Lonesome. A lot of them, when this happens, they've been indoctrinated into, I have the right to be a crab. You know what? Wow, I got hit with this today. It just hit me in the car. We all want to say things are as simple as a choice, and they are not. Pick any vice you've got that's a bad vice. You got a choice. Quit. This is where I bring the clinical in to this physical and into the spiritual. We go with that. Well, you've always got a choice. You do, but sometimes you don't. Okay. Your body has been programmed, your brain, your subconscious that you have no control of has been programmed to react rather than to respond. All right. Um, yeah, you have to give people time to process. Yes. Red Pill, my guides speak my lingo. They know the real us. Boom. Very good. I try to give grace to everyone who gives my daughter, I love her. All right, thank you. That is what we're talking about. And she's seen me do just that, jump down people's throat. We have programmed responses, Lonesome, and you have to understand not everything is a choice because we have physically indoctrinated, gone muscle memory into reacting. It takes actual therapy, sometimes physical changes and whatnot to be able to change the subconscious. You just can't change your subconscious. It is practice. So with that being said, and we're talking about never judge another, and Lonesome, I'm not picking on you, but that is kind of judging. Well, you can just change. Nah, don't assume so. Maybe they're in the process of change. Anybody here ever quit smoking? Me. Okay. Yeah. I had choices, and guess what? It took a while to get there. It takes a while. Name me one thing that we don't have a choice of. You're not listening. And one of the things is to listen. Everything can be said very simplistically as a choice. But when our human body, our human form gets indoctrinated and becomes dependent upon chemicals, upon feeding, gambling is not a chemical, but there are chemical and actual scientific things in the body that our body has become accustomed to. We have fed our subconscious. So a lot of times, the way you react to somebody in anger is a pre-programmed response that you've built up over the years. And to change that requires somebody with patience, love, and guidance to help you learn how to change it. So, Red Pill, facts. Thank you. Life is like a mirror. What you put out reflects back to you. Cena, so very well said. Some of that when somebody's jumping down your throat, maybe your karma coming back at you when you did it to somebody else. It's that simple. And like Bridget said, you can't just turn this on and off. Things happen. We want it to be that way. That's not judging. It's just a choice, like God gave us a choice. You're right. Okay. I agree. But that is not being willing to understand there is an actual scientific, physiological change that occurs in every human being with what they believe and what they grow. If you are absolutely willing to make the right choice every time, God love you. Maybe you're a master waiting to be ascended, okay? But I guarantee you, if you look at your life, Lonesome, you didn't always make the right choice. People don't always make the right choice. Kathy with a K, my sister, how are you? Thank you. Applause, thumbs up. It's not that simple. I understand you have to come to that enlightenment. There you go. So people have to work their way there. And guess what? Some people are never going to make it. They don't understand it. So what's one of the ways? Red Pill. Hey, Kathy, I love you. That's one of the ways. I'm going to bring out this other deck. This is a very earthy deck. It's called, I'm trying to show people the decks I'm using. Spirit Song Tarot. Okay. I don't know if you can read the box through this green screen. By Pauline Cassidy. We're going to go here, and I am going to, I'm being directed another direction. This is the Sun and Moon Tarot. I don't have, this is what the back looks like. I don't have the box because my brother Bruce made me an actual with his 3D printer, a case for it. So I used this case for this box. He actually got the dimensions and made it for me. Ain't that awesome? Lonesome, hey, Kathy with the K. What I'm being told is we're going to use the Sun and Moon. I'm going to use just the major arcana. And what is the major challenge we have towards never judging another? That is what we have to do. So what is that challenge? What is it in understanding that? Hello, Betsy. How are you? Hope things are going good. All right. So we're fixing to ask, Please come close, draw yourself in again. What is the major challenge we face pretty much on an individual level? And I've just been told that's a hard one because everybody's challenges are different on this because of the indoctrination we've been through of in our lives, from our parents, from our spiritual police, from things that we were told that were wrong, all the way up. So we're going to ask, what is the challenge that we can put, the biggest challenge we have with never judging someone? Wow, the moon. The moon. Understand that each person has a dark side. Each person has a light side. See all that water underneath those towers? That's your subconscious. And you notice this ain't no pretty scene. It's kind of cool, okay? But you don't want to be in that water. And we actually have fish rising out of the water because the subconscious is so churned up. And what this card is saying, this is our challenge in not judging other people. When you make a judgment, it is something that you have learned to do. Good day, human. Hey, Zanab, we are learning. We have programmed ourselves what is right and what is wrong, what we take. Everybody's like, well, we need to stop doing that. Guess what, folks? We have found out that stereotypes are a human self-preservation mechanism for storing data. We can't store as much data as we can on every person. So therefore, we take our morals, what we see as danger, and we incorporate that. Yes, Zanam, just a second. Go ahead and type it in so I can find it, and then we'll go with it. So type your question in, and we'll fly from there. Stereotypes are there so we can quickly process information for safety, sorting, and whatnot. Our brain has a finite thing. We have to denounce the bad and pick up the good, but we have to show it. Yes, that's very true, Lonesome, very true. But so this is one of the major things we're battling is our own prejudices, and everything that's moving around. You have to realize the moon always very feminine energy. See this beautiful lady sitting in the moon? That's the mother. A lot of us, we do full moon work and things like that. And like we have a full moon tonight. I know Bridget and I and Gillian and a few other people will actually have stones out, things out, water out to absorb this beautiful full moon energy. But one of the things to realize, the moon's a trickster. There are things at play when the moon card comes up that you are not aware of. And that is what this card is telling us, that this is our challenge in not judging other people. Our challenge is within ourselves. Don't judge them for their choices. Judge you for the way you perceive them. Okay? Remember, judgment begins at home. So when I ask that question, then I always ask, how do we get out of it? What's the step to break free of it? And that's my next question. How do people get out of that, their own heads? And what do we do to take the next logical step out of this in judging people? All right. So we're going to ask that question. Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Now, we all know, or I teach people all the time, that Pentacles are about manifesting in the real world. They're about what's going on. That earth is firmly between his feet. But there are times you have to balance your anger and judgment versus your perception. Notice this is basically the yin and yang symbol going around. He's learned it. And look at that. We have to change the way we think before we judge. If we're going to do that, and there we go, get my camera back in focus. It's talking about internal change. It is an internal change. So that's what's going on there. And so not judging you don't want to judge anybody. It starts at home. It starts in your own human body. So let's get what are the current energies between me and Virgo? All right, let me see, Zainab, what are the current energies? Let's ask. Strictly for you, I'm going to go to this deck, the Spirit Song deck I talked about. Let's ask that question. What does Zainab need to know about her current energies between her and Virgo? Between her and Virgo. I'm concentrating here because I'm getting that my guides are stepping away a little bit, and they know they're here. They haven't left. It's almost like they're having a council. So let's find out. Maybe they're running to visit you real quick, Zainab. If you feel something, it might be them checking you out personally. All right. Red pill, he's a Virgo. Okay. So let's go here. All right. We are your current energy. We got the 5, which is the shaman in many other decks. This is the major arcana. We have the eagle, which would normally be the Hierophant. All right. Zainab, the energies for you are steeped in knowledge and learning and understanding. You need to fly to be free, but you are also able to activate your bird's eye view with these energies and get great perception. All right. That's what I'm getting. That is the card you were given. On this card, it is actually written divine wisdom and spiritual power. So you have that ability. They are there with you. You have to activate it. It is all within you. The energies are there for you to soar. This is a powerful card. Remember your tenets. Remember your basic values and things like that. Those are where you're going to be. But you have the knowledge. You have the power. You have the understanding. You're also able to teach. So this is something you're also going. I just got that. You're supposed to be teaching somebody something, and that's what's going to come from this. Right now, use this power to teach. You are supposed to be leading, but by teaching. All right, Zainab, I hope that works for you. If not, let me know. Lonesome Dove, I'm Aquarius. What is my biggest attribute and my weakest? I can tell you right now, Aquarius, when we get passionate about things, man, we don't want to let it go. We get our teeth in it. We're like, I got to have it. I got to, and perfectionism. But so let's go this. What is the biggest attribute that Lonesome Dove has? What is the biggest attribute? All right. Lonesome Dove's biggest attribute. Got to get some stuff out of the way. All right. So, Lonesome Dove's biggest attribute. Love the artwork in this deck. It's beautiful. Lonesome Dove, again, you might be being visited or people are looking in on you right now. We're trying to figure that out. Okay. There we go. All right. Page of Feathers, exploration and discovery. You are, how should I say, your biggest attribute is being quick to act, or it needs to be. It was actually came up reversed. I swore I wasn't going to read reversals today, but it came out reversed, which is talking about your biggest attribute within yourself. Is the page is always the teenage spirit. The page is always acting like a kid, being, that teenager, getting hold of something with passion. And the feathers here are basically air swords. What we're talking about here is the ability to communicate and the ability to actually, you deal in a lot of logic. Your conscious is playing a role, and your ability to reason things out and communicate is what I'm seeing and move forward quickly. Okay. That's your attribute for people to fall in love with you like we do kids. Lonesome, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Red pill, I'm a Virgo. All right, Rob, what do you know about life path numbers? Mine is 7. 7 numerology. 7 is always, to me, about reassessment. Let me see. Whenever we look at cards that have 7, it's The Seven of Wands, somebody standing on and looking back at what's going on. The different things like that. Seven is about having the ability to stop, look, listen, and appreciate what's around you. You are good at stopping and double checking, reassessing. Where do I go? Where do I need to go from here? You also are good at stopping and looking back and seeing that, did my actions hurt somebody? You don't just do it and hope for the best. You will stop and reason something out and then go. And then you'll stop and see how that worked. And you're able to assess. So, that's where we are. Peggy, good morning, Miss Peggy. My beautiful witch, I love you. I hope everything's going good for you. Peggy has a site, everybody, called The Witch's Broom. You might want to check it out. And she does a lot of good things there, a lot of good posts, a lot of good learning. She is one of the ones that taught me about sigils and was working with me. Oh my God, I do act like a child. Bing, 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 bing. Okay. And maybe lonesome, maybe that's coming back into that quick judgment. They have a choice, Well, that's kind of the way a teenager thinks, So, let it fly. Zanab, you are so welcome. All right. I am a Scorpio and my name is Yvonne. Thank you. Hey, Voga, Yvonne. We'll just call you Yvonne if I can remember that. Red Pill. Thank you, sir. You are welcome. Lonesome Dove. Although I thought it might be my heart. I'm not sure what that last word is. If I'm missing something, let me know. The lonesome, remember, the knowledge is and that power base, okay, is I'm trying to remember what card we pulled for you. I don't remember. The Page of Feathers. Page is all about heart. They think with their heart. That's the teenager. Remember what you felt when you were a teenager. I told you that passion, that desire, creativity, it's all part of it. Okay. That's part of being a page. Okay. So yes, your heart does play it, but sometimes we need to get our head involved and think about what we're doing. Sometimes we have more teenage thoughts, things like that. I resonate with all of that. I'm a Scorpio, 11th month, 18th day. So that number would be 29. A lot of that we look at as a 2 and a 9. If I'm doing my math right in my head, 29, 2 starts with, it's about partnerships, things like that. I always try to break the number down. It'll go down further. Okay. 29 is actually 2 with a partnership and 9 with things coming near completion. So maybe you're getting things done or you're not quite able to get across the finish line. But when we bring those together, we have an 11, okay, which is 2 ones, 2 new beginnings, which comes to a 2, which is back to partnerships again. So what I'm looking at for you here is you are very good at making friends, or you should be. If you're not, we need to talk about it. You are good in relationships. You're probably loyal as hell, Julie. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what's going on. I see big loyalty here and sometimes loyal to a fault. Okay. So, Lonesome Dumb. Let me get back up here. But okay, got it. All right. So we're good. Lonesome Dove. That's me. That's what I'm talking about. Red Pill. I found out my spirit animal is crow. Is that a good thing? There's no such thing as a bad spirit animal. It's there to teach you. What I strongly urge you to do is to get in and find out the different things that crows mean. Crow and raven and different things. Make sure it's a raven and not a crow. Make sure we're talking about a spirit guide versus a spirit totem. Animals will come in and out of your life at different times to show you a path that you need to know for right then and right now. But look it up. What do you think about the attributes of a crow? Think about it. They're persistent. Look at what you got to do to make them go away. Look at what the farmers do. I'm a Sagittarius, December 8th. Current energies. All right, let's go there. Current energies for a Sagittarius, Miss Betsy Thomas. What are her current energies? 12-8 comes down to 20, flat out a 2. Okay. 20 in the tarot is actually the Aeon, the judgment. It's a rebirth, being reborn. And 20 breaks down into, again, a 2, which is, again, we're talking about partnerships. We are talking about knowing where to go, how to do. You again, I feel like you're probably very easy to make friends with, or you like to make friends. Your part, when you, again, we have a loyalty trait here. I'm getting, though, that sometimes, Betsy, you feel that hang in there, okay? Tell me if I'm wrong. Sometimes you feel underappreciated. That's what I'm getting. And that your loyalty is like people betray your loyalty or they hurt you using your loyalty. Don't change. Okay. That's what you are doing. Okay. So your current energies right now, let's see. I'm going to ask, Betsy, what is Betsy's current energies at the moment? Where is she at? And remember, I'm a firm believer in energy is what you make it. What you're dwelling on is your energy. So if you're dwelling on something negative or bad, yeah. So let's find out, though, where are we at here? 4 of feathers. So 4 of feathers is about take a break. It's a good base. Make sure you're taking a rest. You're hibernating like our friend the bear here. So in this, it would be equivalent to a 4 of swords in another deck, which is all about the battles going on. You know, there are some battles you can't win. Rest up because more battles are coming. Pick and choose your battles. Be strong, be safe. We have to rest between them. We have to take care of ourselves. So that's what I got on for that, Betsy. Let's go on. Let me see. Lonesome Dove. Let me see where I'm at. January 23, 123 is 23, 24. 2 is, again, we have that. We have the partnerships, pairs. Those are the major things in your life that are going on. But then when we take the 26 and we break that down, the 6 is about victory. The 6 is about overcoming. So we've got partnerships, things like that. You're able to push through. That's the 6 part of you that's like, I want to drive through. I want to, and sometimes you expect out of other people. And that is a talent strictly for somebody that has a 6 in their life, but a 26 is an 8. And an 8 is about mastery. An 8 is about learning to control your own environment. Your 8 is about being laser focused. Your 8 is about, again, mastery is the biggest word I generally use with an 8. So learning things, sometimes you like to learn things, but you want to know the depth of it, the detail of it. So that's where that number is playing at in your life. Julie, yes, great, good. I am human. Spirit animal. I got a frog out of my, just real quick. And frogs are about their water, their emotion. Think about a frog. I didn't bring my, you know what? I didn't realize we're going to have so much spirit stuff. I should have known because I almost brought my ARC deck, which is all animals, and it would have answered that question for us. Spirit animals, frogs. Think about this, the ability to change, to morph. Frogs are about environment, things like that. So what I'm seeing right now, Jerry, is our human is a frog. Think about how they breathe through their skin, different things. Adaptability. There's the word I'm looking for. You're going to need to adapt. Adaptability is going to be in your middle name. You've got things that are coming around. You're going to have to adapt to your environment. But you're going to find out, if you don't already, you're kind of good at adapting to a situation. I'll bet you are. Jerry, 1123 is mine. So we've got 34. 3, collaboration. This goes beyond partnerships. 34, 3 is beyond collaboration. It is working well in groups, whether it be at work, managing your family with your work, managing your husband with your kids. It's 3 different groups. So we're at 34. 4 being, again, we just talked about a 4, establishing a good solid base, knowing your boundaries, making sure you build it. Now, a 34 coming together, you're back with red pill. You're a 7. Okay. You're that 7. You're that ability to reassess, to look, to check. You might, while I'm getting the thing, sometimes you want to reassess a little too much. So you probably could be very analytical. Be careful about overanalyzing shit. That's what I'm getting. Yvonne, red pill, crow is cool. Look up the comic Joe Zimmerman about the crow. There you go. Thank you. Amy Boyd, where do we start? I am totally new learning, ready to rise. Where does Amy start? That's a good question. So I'm trying to figure out, I'm going to go to this deck. I am going to go to my Circle of Life deck. Amy, where do you start? Are you new to awakening? Where do you start changing? Help me with this a little bit, but we're just going to draw on it right now with your question. What does Amy know about where does she begin? She's totally new to learning and ready to soar. Patience. I'm telling you, one of the things I find with new people that are waking up and getting into this and learning is patience. Learn. Every day you're going to learn something. Meditation is going to be crucial. And for you, I'm getting hard, a journal. Start writing things down. I'm getting that you're very perceptive. All right. And you're finally tuning in. And so your intuitiveness is going to start playing a part, but it's going to be happening so much. Keep a journal so you can go back through the day and look at what's going on. But with that being said, where I'm at here, where does Amy begin? Page of Swords. All right. Page of Swords. Swords being, it's a circle card, so sorry about that. This page, again, the teenage spirit. Look how he's kind of running off with a bird, and the bird is actually with his thoughts. He kind of lets his thoughts run away with them. Okay, so this gets back into the meditation and getting structure. All right, let me look at this card up close and see what else I can pick up. Don't get greedy. Don't try to go for too much at one time. If you notice, there's a bag of coins right there under my finger, and he's looking back at it. He's got his thoughts. He knows what he ought to do, but he keeps looking over his shoulder. Oh, that's that kid in him coming out. So make sure you proceed slow, and that's kind of going with where I initially said, that you learn to move slow and you learn. You can't act like a kid on it. Red pill, the crow, mystery of creation, destiny, personal transformation, intelligence, fearless adaptability. That's me. There you go. So see what we've got. How do you find, what do you got? How do you find these things? I've already adapted. But you're all right. You're adapted to now. You need to learn that as things are going to change, you've adapted to now. You're adapting to new things. Different things are going to come in front of you, human. So you need to be ready to continue to adapt. And that's what I said. You probably find adapting very easy. So it's like, well, that's the number. That's one of the reasons with your number that you can adapt. Then when something else comes in, you don't even realize that number's at play, and you're able to absorb the information and adapt to it. Yvonne, 1029 is mine. 39, 3, collaboration. 9, almost getting there. We're coming to completion. Things are starting to fulfill. Things are starting to manifest for you. But a 3 and a 9 comes down to a 14 or a 12. I'm sorry, math wizard. I'm not. I'm better than a lot of people, but I'm good. But a 12. So 1 new beginnings, starting things, getting things moving, having dreams, moving forward. 2, partnerships, things like that. Then when you put them together with as a 3, it all comes down to collaboration. You are very good at working with groups. You're meant to work with groups. You're good at bringing groups together. I'm getting that you're a mediator a lot of the times. Tell me if that's true. You like to be the devil's advocate in between a couple of people. And when people are at odds, especially those you are working with, it makes you so you work harder to bring them back together. So you can, again, comment right, wrong, what I need to do. The Crow, we already got that one. So I'm trying to go through these. Good morning, Patriots. Good morning, Grandma Mac. Be open and willing, Amy. Yes, that's the whole thing. And be patient. Don't try to force it. Amy, I enjoy going to bookstores and asking for guidance to the right books. Good job. Good job. Live chats. This one are great for transferring high vibrational energy. Absolutely. Peace and love, Amy. You are always welcome. And Yvonne again telling me true. You freaking rock, brother. I know, Red Pill. You and I got to get together, man. It's just a matter of timing. So I want to get you on my show. I'll come on your show. Whatever you want to do, we'll get that worked out. Auntie Nellie, good morning. How are you, Auntie Nellie? Hi, my nephew DeWitt. So that's what's going on there, Auntie Nellie. Thank you, Rob. Love and light. Yes, we do. We all love Auntie Nellie. So Auntie Nellie, we were talking about the day's start was given to us as never judge another. We were learning how that comes down to us and how it's on us, and what we have to do is control our own thoughts and emotions. Let me see. Here we go. I really would like to know if I have ascended to 5D, doing all I can to clean that gland. You'll know when you have. If you're still wondering and guessing, you have not, but you're on the way. That is one of those things. As you get there, more perception, more patience, more willingness, you will find out that 5D, if you're still catching yourself getting angry at people or whatnot, then you're not there. 5D is about learning that, okay, this person may have had a bad day yesterday. They may have been told they're fixing to lose their job. We don't know what's going on in their life, and trying to go inside more than outside. If the outside is still affecting you, you are on your way there, okay? And a lot of times, here is one thing, and I know Kathy with the K would agree with me. I don't know if she's still on or not, but because she's working. But one of the things people don't realize, waking up is not gentle. It is brutal. It brings all your values and everything's into question. So when that happens, that is going to go, it will shake you to your very roots. So yeah, that frustration and all can really happen. It's not immediate peace, okay? But it's understanding, it's knowledge. Annie Nelly, thank you. Thank you. So mine, 421. Good morning. Hey, Helen. Good morning to you too. 421. We have a 25. So a 2, partnerships. For those of y'all that have been here, I won't go through it all again. It talks about partnerships and your ability to work with people. The 5 is about knowledge. It is about staunch, staying within your values, your virtues. You like a good staunch set of rules. But the 25 together comes out to a 7. You, Red Pill, forget who else were a 7. 7 is about reassessment. 7 is about stepping back, looking before you act, looking at what you did and making sure you're moving on. So that's my beautiful nephew, Red Pill. There we go. DeWitt Norris, Pound, Super Patriot, Garden Love Light. Yes, you got it. It's a roller coaster, Julie. You are absolutely right. Okay. I'm going to move something here if I get a little crazy. Okay. I don't know. Let that mess on TV mess with me. There you go. And I don't get angry. I get frustrated. from time to time, but nothing like before, Mr. Rob. Let me tell you something. That's part of becoming. All right. Close your ears if you don't like cuss words. Turn that shit off. All right. You have an independent party funneling you news that they want you to have. Even on Facebook. Remember, algorithms are out there, and this is watch the movie on Netflix, the documentary, The Social Dilemma. People pay colleges to come up with algorithms to drive the news you want to shape the way you think. Be careful about being on Facebook too much. Be careful about being on the news, okay? And that's what, but you're learning to step away. Jay and I were talking about a show. It's called Wake the Fuck Up. And we're talking about doing it together from Spiritually Raw, Jay from Spiritually Raw, Jay and April, about we get so indoctrinated, we get so something, they hook us in our passions. And then for us Aquarians, the passion takes over. And guess what? Next thing you know, we're all in and we're not free thinking. Anything that pops across the screen, oh, I believe it because this person said it. And in many times we would tell you the dangers of that with preachers. And most good preachers will tell you, don't trust what I say. Go home, look it up in the Bible for yourself. So start free thinking. I have never judged people all my years. That is good, Helen. We need more people like you, Grandma Mac. Thank you for all you're doing to help us all awaken, Rob. You are welcome. When we can all learn to help people awake rather than trying to shove them through the door, things will get better. Okay. If you're a scriptural person, things are going to get worse before they get better. Think about it. All right. If you believe every word of the Bible, things are going to get way worse. So the awakening kind of steers away from the Bible in some ways because we're looking to a different dimension. So what I'm trying to do is get people to see that as you wake up, anger, negative energies, negative vibrations are not the way. And there are times, and that very Bible teaches us at times, we're to accept certain leaderships as Christians and show other people how a Christian follows his leader. I'm not asking you to betray your values. I'm not asking you to speak your truth. But when we talk about this, we need to understand this is a whole new way of thinking. And this is why it can be so violent. It starts shaking you to your very core. Yes, you lose friends. Absolutely. Grew up in the church. All right. And people don't, there are people I used to have loaded. They don't have anything to do with me. Me and their kids spent the nights for years together. I don't see them anymore. But you know what? That's on them. Here's part of 5D awakening is the realization that anger is theirs. I'm not angry at them. I love them. I still love them. And if I see them right now, I'm thankful for the things they brought into my life. But if they're carrying around that anger, they need my healing energy to be sent out and to say, I'm not forgiving you. There's nothing to forgive. You're living your life. This is on you. Okay. Don't take on somebody else's, issues. I am at peace, Andy Nelly, 100%. Isn't it amazing? And I wish for all my young brothers and sisters out there, we could teach people this before you hit your freaking 50s, before you get into 40s. It is such an enlightening and carefree life when I do just what I'm talking about. We worry so much and we're indoctrinated into worrying what other people think. Guess what? Don't care. I just don't want somebody thinking I am a racist pig, whatnot, because then that means I've put out all the wrong vibes. That's my concern with me. But if you don't know me, and guess what? It's okay. It's okay. And that gets back to non-judgmental of I'm not going to judge you. Do I get angry? Sure, I get angry. I'm a human freaking being. Okay. I'll storm around a little bit in the house. My wife laughs. My kids laugh. They know. Christina has seen me just go totally ballistic before I started changing. Okay. But then I start playing devil's advocate. Okay. Listen to understand. Y'all will hear me harp on this. Don't listen to respond. Listen to understand. Understand their feelings, understand what they think, understand why they feel that way, and they'll show you the door into how to help them. Okay. Even more so since I got booted off Twitter. I'm telling you, some of this getting booted off and things like that, and channels being banned or whatnot, it's not a bad thing. Okay. It's not a bad thing. Now that I connected to social media groups, I am not alone, not crazy. All my dots are connecting. Older dog learning new tricks, including technology. One important decision is should I leave? Should you leave? Let's just ask. Let's just ask, Amy. I don't know what about leaving is. I'm not scrolling down so I can see of what's going on. But I don't like yes or no questions with tarot. I keep saying I'm going to bring out the pendulum one day. I've got it draped around my neck. So we are going to, I don't know what you're talking about leaving, but again, the 2 is coming to play. And the shells is also the same as cups, emotions, subconscious. What I'm getting is I'm getting a cross of 2 different connections. One of it is you need to fall in love with yourself. Make sure you're in love with yourself. Make sure you know who you are and what you want. Your partnership could be somewhere else. All right. But don't leave society. You're supposed to be with somebody. Don't walk alone. If that makes any sense. It's all, I hate this one. I would love to talk to you more. Wasn't in more detail doing 1 card quick pulls. I'm just telling you, partnerships and your peace of mind as far as in your subconscious are playing a big role. Okay. So define what you mean by leave and think about it and go from there. Grandma Mac. Yeah. It wasn't always easy. Let me find out. I just scrolled past everything. There we are. Wasn't always easy, but needed. Isn't that true? Don't remind me of 40. My daughter turns 40. Jerry Bailey. Amazingly, my mom is more open to the truth than my siblings. With age comes wisdom. Well, that's an old cliche. And sometimes that's not true, but sometimes it's very true. You learn to be patient. You learn to open up and to realize, everything somebody's telling me ain't always the truth. So free think. So Grandma Mac, we need to hold space for sleepers. I'm getting there. That's hard to do, but you're right. And that's the love. That's keeping on that higher vibration. Totally a blessing. Julie, I'm trying to catch up on my comments here. My mom was the first in my family to wake years ago. When Common Core was inserted into schools, she was mad. Okay, I'm not sure what you're talking about, Common Core, but there are different things. Yes, it's time to wake up. There are different things that are awakening up, and different things about people learning. Remember, if you start hating or judging or coming down on anybody for any reason, you're going into a negative vibration. You're like, but Rob, I told you, you're human. You're going to. You have to control it. You have to. And remember, when in the history of calming down has anybody ever been calmed down by being told to calm down? Same thing. When has everybody woken up and gotten freely out of bed in a great rejuvenated state by you banging on them and going, get the hell out of bed. It's time to get up. Yeah, they always get up. I know when my wife does that to me, I get up with just such a loving spirit. Think, use your brain when we're dealing with people. Totally agree. All social media blocks are a blessing. Take some of that as a sign, folks. And it is. There was a lot of false news put out, and I don't blame some of it. There's a lot of things I don't like. Censorship. People need to be able to speak their mind. I will always stand for it, but this can take us into a whole other realm. Should we listen to prophets? Are they in the 5D dimension? Here's the thing. Who are you using as a prophet? Helen, you have to examine who you're using as a source. And I think that's the problem is we get entranced, and I've seen a lot of this. It kind of gets back to what I said about free thinking. A prophet is there to tell you they are not the hand of God. They are other people that have visions, sights, insight, and they're giving you something to think about. You have to bring what they have given to you in and decipher it within your own soul, your own heart, with your own God, your own guides, your own spirits. And that is what it is. Prophets are not there to be idolized. Okay. So the minute I hear the word prophet, I'm kind of like, be a little careful. Christina, when I need to get stuff done, especially on customer service calls, I channel Dad to be firm. That you can be firm and be kind. You can say no. There's an art form in saying no. And in some of my life coaching and in some of my therapy I'm doing with people, I actually do classes on learning to say no. Rabbits Warren, Rabbits, hey, Nellie loves you. Lonesome Dove, Mr. Rob, you said we were a preacher's kid. You were a preacher's kid, correct? Then please explain why this is good when I was taught for 54 years. It's bad. Please, I just want to understand. Okay. I'm not quite getting the question, but let me explain. And Christina will know, Bridget will know. My dad I grew up in a paint store. He worked. I was running paint crews at 16. Then my dad got into the ministry. And in my teenage years, he became an independent, Bible-believing Baptist preacher. Religion was always part of my life. And what I'm saying is we have to wake up because some of that indoctrination, great. Wow, I love it when stuff comes together. He listened to preachers rather than using his own logic. And he believed everything they said because they had some degree from an unassociated, or they were the pastor of the church. He became a pastor because he was looking for that recognition in my heart of hearts, not to really do the word of God. Okay. That was his base reason. When you're grown up with that being indoctrinated you, that whole very Christian, conservative, things like that, when you start to break free and realize there are spirits, there are guides, there are other dimensions, there are things, that goes against the very tenet of what a lot of people consider being a Christian. Okay. And it can be hard. It can be very hard. I went from, wait a minute, so angry that at one point I even doubted there was a God. It made no sense to me. But then as I started to open up and started to awaken and I became enlightened, and I started to educate myself and keep what everybody else started self-educating. I would use stuff I went back for my degree. At 50, I had a GED. All I had was a GED. My oldest boy talked me into going back to school because he said, you can't get the jobs you got anymore without the paper. 7 years later, I had a master's degree. I went straight through school for 7 years, all right, and got my master's degree. I used some of the enlightenment. Not everything I learned from a professor did I take. Not everything that I learned from a book did I take. But you know what I found out? I could form my own thoughts and opinions because even a stopped clock is right twice a day. So that's why this can be so rough for people. We are at 10 o'clock. I got to get going. Sorry, I missed everybody. Helen, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. I will be back 9 o'clock tomorrow. Pass the word. And please, Tarot with an Attitude. I didn't even get to talk about my hemp work, so I don't want to be going in on somebody else's show. My coffee, love my coffee. Got to check it out. Check this site out. Make sure you're looking here. This is very important to me. This is a great product. All right. Check it out. Just owe yourself a favor to check it out. You can find out more at hempworks.com. /Tarot with an Attitude. You can find out more about me at dynamiclifeperspectives.com, and then Tarot with an Attitude. You can hook up with me there. As always, take what you want, leave what you don't. but please leave with a little peace, love, and light. Thank you all very much. I appreciate every one of you.